Welcome, folks. This is Bob with news today, BBD. What I wanted to point out was, we're talking about SWOT, right? You got to focus on the weak strengths. I've told you I think they're overestimated. And one of the things when you overestimate, you can't really overestimate yourself, because then what ends up happening is you get into a pigeon syndrome. Now, how many of you know what a pigeon syndrome is? And have heard this movie. So pigeons, right? When a cat is coming, tend to put their head, bury the head, kind of equivalent to bury the head in the sand and put it in the wings, thinking the cat won't see them and will run away. What's the story at the end of the day? The cat licks its lips, and pigeon history. Same thing. With the opposition, this is exactly what happened in 2019. They just slunk back, and no matter who you spoke to, they're basically thrown in the towel. It's just not possible to take on this Modi Shah kind of stuff. But now, as you're seeing, as in my previous video, that shine is wearing off, and a lot of problems this government and this, especially the two on top, are having, right? Because they centralize everything. They got to take the blame for everything, right? They may have sacked a few ministers like Javadkar, etc. But hey, at the end of the day, you have, by sacking the health minister, you've got to acknowledge that the COVID was being handled very poorly, right? So you got to get away from that, and you got to get into the street fight. And here, Mamata has shown the way, has shown the light with what she did in West Bengal. She took them on with lesser money, with the ED against her, with the IT against her, with the CBI against her, with the CBI, even the election commission against her. The way the polls were in the number of phases actually showed what the tricks were, right? They just wanted to reposition in all these places where, so that you could have Modi and Shah could visit each one of those and given them a prime pump of Modi and Shah, but that magic absolutely failed. So this is like a slap on their face, like, no wonder they're bad losers, they're going up, they're using the NHRC, the governor, and whoever more. So it showed the way. Before that, Arvind Kejriwal had shown the way and demolished the myth of the BJP. Then, even though it didn't come out a winner, was Tejasvi Yadav. I would say the elections were stolen from him. I mean, he is still the single largest party in Bihar, and nobody talks about it. That's a massive achievement. His party is bigger than the JDU and bigger than the BJP. He single-handedly took on the might of these two. So basically, like I said, they are absolutely beatable. You got to get out there in street fights, and it reduces the cost. And that's why Congress has not been able to take these guys on, because Congress has now become essentially armchair, pussy, soft politicians. Nobody is willing to go out there and get their hands dirty, barring maybe the Hudas from Haryana. Nobody. Everybody wants to sit in Delhi. Everybody wants to come into the center. The key is, Priyanka Gandhi's got to show the light, man. She's got to go out and sit down in UP, Uttar Pradesh, and slug it out. She's got the opportunity, as I'll show you, to garner some seats, especially the Brahmins, who are really upset with this particular dispensation. And anyway, Congress has been their party of choice starting from independence. The other is economic plight. So when I say with the weakness, economic plight, you just really have to go out and highlight, like I showed you in the my previous episode, where how Modi has taunted the government on increasing prices and false promises, etc. You got to do the same thing, right? Especially now, you got to front and up center, bring out the migrants and unemployment, unemployment. Price rise and price of fuel may be transient, maybe it'll go back again by the time the next elections come. But I can tell you this, the economic activity for sure is not going to pick up, because this government doesn't know what it's doing, and probably no way in 2 years it's going to pick up. And the second is, importantly, is the fact that fuel prices also may come down by then, right? But the point is, the pain, the dislocation, the hammering of personal and disposable income are the key to your fight. So here, what do we see? So when the leader has no other options, he comes up with the same playbook. If you remember the Mandal agitation, right? What happened, right? VP Singh came out with the quotas for OBC, and guess what Advani did? Advani came out with his Rath Yatra and tried to capture the Hindu narrative, and destruction reigned in the country, right? Now, what do you think this is going to achieve? 27% OBC, 10% EWS reservations in Met seats from all India quota. Well, going back the same beaten path, there are not enough seats, too many people. What's the best solution? Is to put in money, pump and bring in and increase the number of seats. This is going to leave a lot of people upset, including the Brahmins again, right? Then this, withdraw Asthana as top cop Delhi Assembly. Now, why would this another Gujarat cadre guy come into Delhi? I don't understand that. Don't they trust anybody? Doesn't anybody else deserve a chance? And especially, he has only 2 months to retirement, and he's gotten this post and hence an extension, just like Rawat and the CDC, and he's not doing a good job either, right? Then what do you have? Israeli agencies raid NSO office over Pegasus and all. Now, with the pressure building on Pegasus and Israel, on Israel and NSO and Israel from France and other countries, the spillover is going to hurt this government. If they don't come out clean, the world media is going to ensure that India knows the truth, right? BJP has much to hide to be blamed for impasse, says Congress. Well, they're countering exactly what Modi and Samit Patra are saying, is that basically these guys don't want to discuss the COVID situation, the economic situation. They have to come out far stronger with a defense on this. They can't let away, shouldn't be tarnished for this issue. Right? Weak households, like I said, economy is going nowhere. Weak households, SMEs may need more stimuli. I mean, anybody's going to say, India needs to grow at 8-10% to get where the US is to pre-pandemic level. When I say 8 to 10%, folks, this is in real numbers. You really are talking about your nominal gross GDP to actually nominal GDP to grow at 13 to 14% with inflation between 5 and 6% to get where you're going, right? Then V-shaped recovery last year, says CEA. Now, KV Subramanian, I don't think he understands what a V-shaped recovery. There has been no V-shaped recovery. It's been a W. It went down. It went up only that much. It went down again because already all indicators that are coming up. It's not what it is. What he thinks. What he's trying to tell us a picture. Key is in the employment, right? And this is your Gujarat model. Ants on paralyzed COVID patients' mouth. Vadodara hospital draws flag. This is your Gujarat model and the medical situation actually in Gujarat, right? And this is another funny one. Goa gang rape accused held. Parents also to blame, says CM Sarkar. Well, I am not so sure. This is when on the other hand, when the Prime Minister talks about the students need freedom, they need freedom from these lecturers' boys. These boys are the ones that need to be put in place, not the people, the person who gets it. You can't blame that, right? This is where this government shows its true colors, folks, or this party shows its true colors of right-wing, macho, patriarchal party. More after this.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, अगर सिस्टम रिश्वतखोर हो, अफसर भ्रष्ट हो और ऊपर से संरक्षण हो, तो कैसे कोविड टेस्टिंग के नाम पर भी कमाने खाने का ये लाखों करोड़ों का खेल हो सकता है? उसकी एक मिसाल इतनी दिलचस्प और सनसनीखेज है कि कहा जा रहा है ये देश का सबसे बड़ा कोविड टेस्टिंग घोटाला है, स्कैम है। खबर यह है कि हरिद्वार कुंभ मेले के दौरान उत्तराखंड हाईकोर्ट की फटकार के बाद जब उत्तराखंड सरकार ने निर्देश दिया कि 4 लाख लोगों की कोविड टेस्टिंग होगी जो कुंभ मेले में गए थे, और उस टेस्टिंग की जिम्मेदारी 9 प्राइवेट कंपनियों को सौंपी गई। लेकिन अब जो जानकारी मिल रही है, जो खुलासे हो रहे हैं, उसके मुताबिक 1 लाख से ज्यादा टेस्टिंग पूरी तरह से फर्जी है। टेस्टिंग जिनके किए गए उनका नाम फर्जी, उनका पता फर्जी, टेस्टिंग जिनके किए गए उनके फोन नंबर फर्जी, उनके सैंपल फर्जी, और तो और जिस कंपनी ने टेस्टिंग का ठेका लिया उस
Folks, so what the opposition has to do, having created enough ruckus about the Pegasus, is going to realize Pegasus has a limited shelf life as far as the people of election going into election as UP is concerned. This is going to keep boiling, and a strategy, a delayed release strategy, what developed for Pegasus. It's critical to keep the government's feet on the fire. But what you're beginning to see is all the guys, like now I can hear some Prahlad fellow going out and saying these guys are not concerned about COVID, Pegasus is a non-issue. Go after them, call their bluff, because the critical issues, folks, besides the economy, is the COVID. It continues to flounder. You continue to hear lies. They are hiding behind the fact that cases have come down. But I know for a fact they're going up. Northeast is in a mess. Delhi, the cases are beginning to rise on a daily basis, right? So, PM reaches out to community leaders to tackle vaccine hesitancy. Well, vaccine hesitancy, folks, is important. But he's, by suggesting that we are at fault, that we are the one who hesitate, he is basically running this narrative to fool us all. That it's not because of lack of vaccines, supply of vaccines, it's our hesitancy that is the cause for this delay. This kind of bluster from a man as high up as the PM is abhorrent. And then we have Hardeep Puri, serious, always, too much importance. Big part of 3.5 lakh crore petrol cess used for free vaccine for poor. Folks, now here's the reality. 1.9 billion doses are needed for all of India. Guess what the total cost of the vaccines would be is 28,500 crores if you use 150 rupees as your benchmark cost of acquisition. And why should I use that? Because the government even wants to cut it down below 150. That's what it's buying AstraZeneca at. And maybe it's buying Covaxin for a little bit more. But the total cost is 28,500. You have to nail this man for this line. Now, according to this, 3.4 lakh crores has been collected. At the best, 28,500 crore if everybody was vaccinated for free, not just the poor, right? What is the percentage of 28,500 crores out of this 3.4 lakh crores? Less than 10%. So, will we say that a big part has been used? Also, let's not forget that 36,500 crores was allocated in the budget. Don't forget this, Mr. Hardeep Puri, for COVID vaccination, which could have been used for COVID vaccinations. Go figure. Nail them. This is what the opposition should be doing, the numbers and coming out against them. And this is the reality. What's India's vax output? There is no sure shot reply. Junior Health Mantri gives 3 sets of numbers for Covaxin, 2 for Covishield. When the Mantri doesn't know, clueless, what is she going to tell you? We know for a fact, folks, 110 million is the max availability, production capability coming out of Serum Institute, which is the largest one. And maybe 30, 35 million, 40 million coming out of the other one. And so I don't understand where they're going to get these numbers from. This is to be questioned. Government ordered 100 crore rupees vaccine doses and 2/3 in the last fortnight. And supplies of vaccination expected at 19 to 20 crore doses in September. Now, this is all okay because what you see here is the reality. Vaccination pace drops. July target likely to be mixed. So July and May, August obviously May, September is when the production is going to come at you. Where you're going, folks, is anybody's guess. But you don't have this. Nearly 10% of eligible population inoculated, which is, like I said, about 436 million. But we are still 101.4 billion short. That is the reality, folks. And that is what the government has to nail. I mean, the government has to be nailed for. Why? Because of its niggardly, because of its lack of spending the money. The key is lack of spending the money. The intent to vaccinate us. Where do they want to use the money? They're suggesting that the petroleum cess was maximum use for free vaccination. Half of us are buying vaccinations. 3/4 of the people vaccinated at this time, folks, that is another reality, have paid for it. And paid for it, like my maid got vaccinated for Covaxin, 1,500 rupees. And then he says, free vaccines for poor, free vaccines for poor. And thus it says, the vaccination drive is entering a challenging phase, change strategy. I think if we don't get our supplies up, we are out on a wing and a prayer, folks, wing and a prayer. And this government continues to lie and lie about COVID and vaccine. Folks, opposition, you've got to forget about Pegasus and nail them now on COVID and on unemployment. It's about time. Jai Hind.